What's up? What's up? We up in here. So we fix that right there. We're gonna fix that just like that. Cortez, you are definitely first up on the map. What's happening? What's happening, me and Gene? What's happening, everyone? As you see, I am still celebrating. I'm still celebrating. Still celebrating. Y'all make sure y'all come in and smash them like button. Doing something a little different tonight. Let me know what y'all think about it.
We're gonna do
We're
it
gonna
like
do it like
this.
this.
We gotta add it. Boom. We're gonna add the other camera in. We gonna double camera this thing. Yes, we are. I want to make sure y'all see me from every angle. See me from that angle. See me from this angle. See me from that angle. See me from this angle. That's how we're gonna do this thing tonight. I'm gonna wait till everybody come up in here before we get going, before we get started. Especially, I'm definitely waiting for this one person to come on in because he asked about some things. Appreciate it, Cortez. Appreciate it. I'm still celebrating. I'm on an all-time high right now. Damn, man. So y'all see right now, one camera is in 720, and the other one's in 1080. And well, excuse me, one camera's in 720, the other camera's in 4K. So I don't know how well you can see it. Yes, it's like the matrix around this. That's a swivel axle camera that is on right now. It's just swiveling around, axling around right now. So I want to make sure y'all see it from every angle. He said, what the hell? Yeah, I want to make sure y'all see me from every angle. And that's how it's going to be. Because we want to make sure that we don't miss a thing. So let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. You got major echo. Hold on. But I'll turn the mic off on this. Hold on. Let's close it off like that. What about now? Am I still getting echo? Shouldn't. Am I still getting echoing right now? Let me know if it's still major. Let me know if it's still. Before I keep going. Into sicko mode. Yo, what up, G family? What's happening? Congratulations for coming up in here, bro. I appreciate you. Well, I don't know if it's you. That. I'm glad not a son. It's good now. I'm trying something different here. I want to do something different, and I was actually going to have 3 cameras hooked up, but I want to see how. So it's split screen added in, and I actually like it. I actually like it like this. This is actually pretty cool. Pretty cool. Cortez thinks it's funny as hell. So we're gonna do like that. And the reason why I'm setting this up soon, I'm gonna have a special guest. Turn. So I'm gonna have somebody sitting right here where you see that guest sitting. Excuse the while I had to rerun because cable that I'm actually going to fix that. The sound cut off. You hear me and make sure I'm not echoing, make sure the sound's coming in good. You know, let me know. Let me know. Sound coming in good. Queen Bee up in this place to be. For y'all that don't know, Queen Bee is my very first. I couldn't hear you before, and you're all choppy now, though. Man, cutting out. Why? Let's do something here. I meant to test all this before I listen. I And we're gonna do that. Okay, let me know now, y'all. Let me know. Hold up, spin it back around. Spin you back around. Put you back on the holder. Thank you. Thank you. Now, how do I sound now? Do I sound better now? Yes, no, maybe so. Appreciate it, Queen B. Appreciate it. Share me out. How do I sound now? Do I sound good? Much better? Okay. See, I'm working with some different equipment here. I thought about doing something different, and I just thought about this at the whim before I started this live tonight. As I was waiting for Beast 15 to get in because he wanted me to talk about this, and I promised him I was supposed to talk about it Tuesday, and I didn't. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk about it now. I was supposed to talk about it then, and it's basically about my build, what I did, how much this cost, how much that cost, the breakdown. It's from all my car people that's in here, and it's not a whole lot better. Appreciate it. Over this, what I'm gonna do then? I'm gonna use the one from this camera. Then this camera I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use the microphone from that camera because it seems like it sounds the best more than the other one. Acting chocolate. So I'm glad I'm gonna. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna do it right now. And I know both of them showing a little different. One's showing real clear, one's not. But this is how we're gonna do it right now. And I'm just gonna split the time between both of them. How about that? What y'all think? It's a good idea? Yes, no, maybe so. But while we're waiting for some more folks to get in, I'm hoping that everybody's Thursday is going well. If you're living in the Midwest like me right now, you brace it for a storm that's going to come through like last week. Be right back. Leaving the stream to run. Okay. All right, Queen B. We got this whole storm coming through. It's ready to blow through it. For those that don't know, no, my name is New York. I'm from New York, born and raised, but I live in the Midwest now. So, with that being said, because I know everybody knows about I didn't put it on the holder right and it just went down. Okay, I'm back now, so I know everybody can hear me. Basically, I was waiting for Beast 15 to get in. I talked to him earlier today. When I was in somebody else's live, I was in LS's live. Shout out to LS, LS254. LS Chevrolet 254. Shout out to him. And he said, hey, man, you didn't talk about the process with the bill and whatnot. Yes, John, you see him double. You see him doubles like the Matrix. Yeah, you see him double. So, Box, what's happening, Box? I'm glad you're up in here too. Appreciate you for coming through. As y'all come and smash the like button, smash the like button. But I was supposed to talk about my breakdown of my bill. I'm waiting for him to get it before I get into it because I told him I was going to talk about it first. And I told him between 6:30 I'll be on. It wasn't kind of a set time today. Nice new quality. Appreciate it. This is a swivel camera I'm using right now. I got it. Well, it's that same camera. I got it on a swivel mount. So, and it's supposed to follow me when I move around, and I'm seeing how it does. And yeah, okay. Because I'm gonna end up, and I can tell you about this now, and then I'll repeat it again later on. For my LT4 build, I will be broadcasting live, and as I'm broadcasting live, I'm broadcasting a good bit of it live. I'm gonna use this camera because it has the motion. And it seems to work pretty good. I got it. I did adjust the angle, and I figure I'll try it out and see how it works. And it's the same camera I got. I just used the motion sensor on, and I got it on a prop right now, on a prop holder. So yeah, it's working fine. When I sit up, I move, it moves. It seems like they're not really having a lot of lag with it. I like it. It's keeping up with me. It focused on me, and it's keeping up with me. So, appreciate it, John. I'm glad you like it. It's the same camera, that same one. It's the same one. I just got it on a prop thing that I forgot I even had, and I found it going through a box of my old stuff, some old IT stuff I had. I said, oh wait a minute, this worked good for that camera. It has a little holder thing on it, and all you do is just crunch it down. And when you get it down the way you want, you screw it down, and you just put it on a prop. So it's on a prop standing up, and I got it level with my chest and whatnot. And it seems to show real well. So I said I'm gonna use that even though I'm on this my old rinky-dink, the old laptop. Using that for the day. So I said, you know what? Let's try this and see how it works. It's something different. So it is like you see in double. This is something totally different. I said, let's try it and see how it works. You know, as I adjust this whole thing. So oh man, hold up, y'all, hold up. Okay, it's fine. I had to turn the little screen thing around so I can see myself, make sure I can see me, even though I'm looking at the big screen, but we good. Okay. Yeah. And also I have my phone sitting up here running with it too. So that's what you saw me my hand, phone in my hand, the camera. I got everything going on again. Yo, what up, Sean? What up, Sean? Appreciate you for stepping in the place to be. So with that being said, guys said I was waiting on Beast to get in here because he wanted to know, like I said, about my whole build and the process with that and whatnot. And it's not a rush build. I'm letting everybody know that right now. It is not a rush build at all. It's a build basically I'm be taking my time with it because the engine in it runs. It's just I'm taking my time doing my stuff with it, and I'm on somebody else's time too because they're really cutting me a deal and doing me a favor by doing this for me. So we just been doing a lot of mock-up stuff to get stuff going, and now that we got the mock-up in there and got it going and whatnot, we're just wait. I'm just basically waiting till you clear some stuff out the shop, but we can do this because the big time paying customers they first, and I'm cool with that. I told them, hey, I ain't no big rush. We'll go ahead and do it. What kind of car is it going to go in? It's going in my 1976 Deuce and a quarter, vehicle electric 225. It's going in that. And at one point, I thought about doing a different body to put it in. And one of my other ones I had, or go get something else different. But I'm like, no, I wanted to go in that because I'm not going to go race with it, but for that heavy body, that'd be something. I know if I stick in a little G body, that'd be too much power for that little G body. Might lose it in the road or something like that, even though I don't drive like that, but you just never know. But I'm building it to go in that big body. So yeah, Mr. John, that's what it's going in. I know it's not your average vehicle and whatnot. What's up, DIY? I hollered at you earlier when I was in Rails Live. I hollered at you earlier when I was in. I didn't know if you saw it or not. So yeah, the breakdown for no such thing as too much power. You're right. It's not a such thing as too much power. It's a such thing as an idiot with too much power. Let's put it that way. Even though I ain't saying I'm an idiot, but that's what I've been told. No such thing as an idiot with too much power. Excuse me, there's such thing as an idiot with too much power. So, I'll just start talking breakdowns. Wait for Beast 15 to get in here, but he ain't got in here yet. So I'm gonna talk about it, and then I'm turn around and talk about it again when he get in. So y'all just bear with me with it. At first, I was building a 2015 Escalade engine. That's what was being built first. And that's what I was going to put in there. And what up, Dewan? What up? So what ended up happening was instead of doing that, which I could have did and was going to do something simple. Because that's what I had. I paid for the Escalade engine. I paid I think it was $480 for just the engine. And I already had a transmission that was donated to me, a 480 transmission that was donated to me that I was putting behind it. Because the engine, if y'all don't know, with most of the Escalades, they're all-wheel drive. So the tranny had the all-wheel drive kit and all that other stuff on it. And yes, box, it was a regular 6.2, the regular 6.2, 6.2, but said 6.2, and that's what it was, and that's what I was going to put in there. And my boy Scott was like, yeah, this will go good, but you know what? I know something else that go better than that. And he's one of them people that always talks me into so many things and whatnot because he knows his stuff. So I said, you know what? Let me look at, what you're talking about. So he spins his Mac around for me to see. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God. I said, that's a vet. He said, yeah, man, is that Cold Parts, blah, blah, blah. I got to hook up there. So-and-so when I worked there. I said, yeah. Okay, you saw DIY? Okay, appreciate it. I'm glad you saw it. So I was like, well, dang, I know it's probably gonna go for a good chunk of change. I got the kind of money to do stuff like that. He said, well, right now, I'm not really bidding on the bid ends in 4 hours. I was like, are you serious? The bid ends in 4 hours? He was like, yeah, the bid ends in 4 hours. I'm like, well, dang, if the bid ends in 4 hours, let me do this then. Let me see where it's at. And if I got to rob Peter to pay Paul to get it going, I'll go ahead and do it. So I looked at it, and when I looked at it, and I logged my Coparts, found it, hit reminder, I set my limit of what I want to go, and I was figuring, I said, man, this car probably gonna go for 10 grand because from the picture, like it'd be rebuilt. And the story behind it, which I found out later on, was it was in a garage, and it was back during one of the hurricanes or something happened, and Florida got hit. That car was in the garage, and a tree fell in the garage, and when it fell in the garage, it fell through the garage, and part of it fell in the back of the car. Well, the insurance totaled it all out, and the guy just let it go and ended up at Coparts. But the crazy thing about it, you could drive it around. And that's what I found out from a guy that was he could drive it around. So I was like, okay. And then Scott was like, well, if you get that, you can go ahead and sell the Escalade engine. I know somebody that'll buy it. If somebody caught him working on, I'll sell it to him for this and this, but you only paid for it. You make a little chunk, you make a good chunk of change off it that you can put toward that. So out of a limb, that's what I did. Lisa one smashed 100 miles an hour. No, John, it wasn't smashed 100 miles an hour. Was not smashed. And yes, had not a sons. I know you love Copart as much as I do. So the craziest thing was I won the bid. And after fees and whatnot, it came to like a little over $6,000 that I got it for. So with that being said, being it came over that, I was like, man, I got to go ahead and get this, get that. Scott said, well, I'll loan you the money to get it here and whatnot. I said, well, until because I'm going to sell the engine. So I sold the Escalade engine. The Escalade engine was all done up, all hot rod style done up, had a cam in it, and dyno at, I think it was right at a little over 1,000 at the time, but it dynoed that. It was like 1,000 and some horsepower, which we just marked it at 1,000. And I think foot-pounds of torque was like 1,300 or something like that. It was crazy numbers, which was cool with me. But I mean, who doesn't want an LT4? Everybody does, LS swaps all the time, but an LT4, man, can I not? But I enjoy collision repair. Yeah, collision repair is pretty cool too. I know a dude that does that gets a lot of stuff from there and up that way. So no, doing not bad at all. So this is the breakdown. I sold the Escalade engine, and John, oh God, John, think about what you were saying. My boy Scott, he ended up getting me $2,500 for the engine. So I thought that was real good, a good deal, because I only paid basically for some change for it. So that's $2,500. That money I had to go toward it. Then Scott loaned me the rest of the money. He said, man, you just pay back when you're ready, but I don't like owing nobody. So I said, I got to figure out a way to pay him back. So what I ended up doing was, I said, when we get it here, I'm going to sell the parts out of it. He said, man, I already know you're going to do that. I said, no, I'm really pushing to sell these parts. So somebody he knew was down that way and was coming back up toward this way, well, up close to this way. So he got him to meet him up by St. Louis, and then I wasn't able to go. Scott went and got the car for me, brought it back. And the crazy thing is, he said the car is drivable. He said, man, we can almost rebuild this car. Oh, welcome back, Queen. And I was like, you know what? I can rebuild it and flip it and do this and get more money out of it. And I was thinking about doing that, and I said, no, I really want to put the engine in here, because by that time I already sold the Escalade engine. Had I not sold that engine, I probably would have did that and just went for 6.2 that I already was building to go in it. So I sold the engine, and the tranny I had, I forgot. I sold that tranny that came with the Escalade as well. I sold the tranny for like, I think it was like $600 so tranny for. And some guy bought it somewhere else, and I had to end up getting FedEx freight come wrapping and whatnot, and FedEx freight shipped it. So what ended up happening after that was, once the car got there, Scott knew a guy that hit a deer and messed up the front of his whole car. And it was the same year, and believe it or not, it was the same color. So Scott told him, like, yo, I know a guy that just bought it. He's talking about me. I know a guy that just bought a vet that's wrecked. He's parting it out. You probably get the whole front end from him. So Scott introduced me to him. I let him see the car, and he's seen it for the first time as I'm seeing it. He said, well, man, how much you want for the whole front end? He said, I need this whole front. I need the hood. I need this part. I need both fenders. I need this part up underneath. I need this grill area. I need motor support. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need this. I mean, he's going everything he needs. So I said, let me think about it, and I'll get back with you. So I'm talking to Scott. I said, man, let's look at some of these parts, see what they would cost if you had to buy it, and, give him a discount from that. So I ended up selling the whole front end to him for, what was it? It's a little over $4,000 that we ended up working out a deal with, because he had something I wanted that I did a trade for as well. I ended up not even keeping. I ended up selling as well, which was a rear end that I thought about using for mine, but I ended up keeping my rear end that I had, which was a Ram. He had a at his place, he had a 96 SS Impala, and I wanted that rear. So I said, well, give me the rear and give me, I think it was like $4,200, something like that for that whole front end. But y'all got to take it off. So if you're doing the math, that's 40. Let's say 42, and that's 4,200 plus the 25 that I sold the engine for, plus the 600 I sold the transmission for. So now I'm starting to get my money back. So then I took pictures of the whole interior. The whole interior was clean. And I put the whole interior on. I put it on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, a bunch of other places. This guy out of he was somewhere in Michigan. He hit me back. And what up, Danny? And when he hit me up, yeah, man, got me 2 times, man. 2 different cameras. So he went and contacted me. He was somewhere in Ohio somewhere. And when he contacted me, he said, man, I have a vet, but I like that color package better because the color package was the red and black package. I don't know how much y'all follow vets, but it was the red and black with the red stitching. It was the red and black mismatch stitching. The shit was hot. And he wanted that whole package. So I told him, I said, look, he said, I can give him all interior. I said, look, I don't want the whole interior. I said, I'm selling this whole interior, one piece. I'm selling it for this and this and this. And I said, but, you either going to come get it or set up shipping. Well, they came down for a whole weekend. He got it that Friday, Saturday morning, looked at it, and he brought some guys with him, and we worked out a deal, and I sold that whole interior setup to him. Oh, my God, I forgot how much I sold it to him for. It was a few thousand. I know I sold it to him for because I knew what it was worth because he wanted the steering wheel, too. And I said, well, that steering wheel costs this. So I said, but you can't take the pedals because I need the gas pedal. I need this. But he just wanted the pieces that was on the pedals. I said, well, you can take that because it had these screw pieces that somebody had extra added. I didn't know about this guy more about Corvettes than I did. And what's good, man? What's your IG? I have some questions. If you're talking about me, my IG is the same thing. It's the New York in your city. That's my IG. And it's also on the front of my page right there at the bottom. So I'm trying to remember how much I sold them for. It was a few thousand I sold them for. So then when I sat up, I remember sitting there adding it up, and I went from being in the negative to being way in the black because I was able to pay Scott back his money, and I was able to actually pocket some money. And then not only that, I put the rear end up for sale, and Scott sold it to. Scott told a guy that does he does a lot of rat rods and whatnot. And we basically sold him the whole rear end with the bait package, everything on it. And I remember selling the rear end for, I sold it for cheap. I sold it for $1,800. And the reason why I sold it to him for $1,800, because he had something that I wanted basically to sell to somebody else. So we was basically doing a little trade. I said, I'll take that, which was some regular Chevrolet Rallies I took from him. I said, I'll take that $1,800. He said, deal. So now basically my whole LS swap, I paid nothing for it because I sat there and grinded. I grinded to sell the stuff. I grinded. I was grinding heavy, and I was scratching my head like, man, I gotta get it sold. But I sold all that stuff in 6 weeks. To the point, only thing left was the wheels. And then I turned around and sold the wheels. I sold the wheels on tires for $3,000. Sold the wheels on tires for $3,000. I put it on eBay. I put it on everywhere, and some guy at Facebook Marketplace hit me up. And I sold for $3,000. So I was taking that money that I was making off of it and turning around putting it back into the car because we needed some parts for it, because we wanted to upgrade some stuff with it. I could have put it bone in stock, but Scott was like, man, you want to run like, it was a vet that he had worked on for somebody. And he was like, you want to run like that? We need to change this, change this, change that. And plus I had to hit up MacMan to get an alternator for it. But when I run a stereo system. So I got a, what is it? It's a 370 MacMan alternator that's on it. So I can run, stereo system, run everything else, whatever side to do with it and whatnot. So I got no, I was talking about Mr. DUI. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Dana, I'm just reading the things. I was talking about me. My bad. So, still don't have one, bro. My bad. DUI, you need to go ahead and get one, throw the pictures up there. I didn't have one for a while either. Somebody taught me to get one. I got one. So that explains the whole thing with my build and how I was able to do it. Because I know a lot of people ask, like, man, I can't afford that. I was able to do that. It was because of somebody helping me. I swear, if it wasn't for Scott helping me out, I wouldn't be able to do it. But he wanted to see me win, especially when putting his name behind it. He said, man, I want to see something totally different. I want to see you do this. I want to see you do that because I'm going to stick my name on it, and which he has done. He took the whole valve covers and put them through a CNC machine and got Scott Performance engraved on. And got them engraved on, stamped on, and then took them out somewhere and got something done. And then his guy that does, which he's real famous everywhere for, he did a lot of stuff with Chip Food, somebody else, but he lives here in Kansas City. He did the etching on it. And what I mean by the etching, I mean he did the when they do the old school pinstriping, he basically did that. He did the whole valve cover and stuck it on. And he said, man, that's my gift to you. You don't owe me nothing for that. Oh, man, appreciate it. And it looked good. And then it also has a space. I said, what is this little space for thing to put a plate? He said, I'm going to show you. So he showed me on a CNC machine. I kid y'all not. He took my logo, my YouTube logo. It says New York in your city. He took that, put it through the machine. It engraved it. It engraved the whole thing. And then he had his guy that did the pinstriper to do it in the little paint and whatnot. So it looks like it's on my page. And then turn around and cleared it afterwards with some high temp clear. And it's shiny as hell. And as a matter of fact, I need to stick it on there. That plate will be stuck right on the valve covers. And on the, well, we was going to stick it on the supercharger we was going to use, but which is going to come into my next thing. We ended up doing something different. But I'm going to definitely talk about that. Mr. John, yeah, John, I know you had talked about that one time. You basically got your 5.3 for free. Man, I said, when you find deals like that, do it. So I exchanged some overtime for the engine. Yeah, that was nothing but time, man. That was cool to do that. That was cool to do that. So what the next thing I was going to say is we downloaded a few times with different stuff we've done to it. And now Scott has taught me doing something else because he had a customer order something and kind of find out he's not even going to use it for his project. And he said, it'll fit your vet because it's made for a vet. And it's basically a pro charger. I was like, dude, I thought we was going to do. No, trust me, you want this. You want this because not only will you get a little bit more than we already downloaded that, you want to get better gas mileage. He said, because you want to drive, you want to do that. So I'm like, okay. So we were in the process of going to swap that over. And I really, really hope that we do. Off topic, Central California is about to get bipolar thunderstorm. Pray my Wi-Fi doesn't get knocked out. Oh, man. Maybe I hope it doesn't. Hope it doesn't. If it does, you can always, catch the recap. But more than anything, I hope it doesn't damage anything where it puts you in danger. So y'all, that's how my whole breakdown went down with that. And Page 15 ain't even in, and he wanted to know that because I was going to talk about it on Tuesday. Now, about Tuesday, hopefully everybody enjoyed my live Tuesday, that nice surprise. I got a lot more surprises coming that y'all don't want to miss. You want to make sure you hit the notification bell. I know I kind of reached out to a lot of people, say, hey, man, you don't want to miss my live. You don't miss my live. I wasn't trying to aggravate a lot of people. I know I called DeJuan personally and told him because I wanted everybody to witness what was about to happen because I already knew from talking to Demonology. For y'all to know that was my guess. For those that didn't know, go back and watch it if you hadn't watched it. I knew he was going to drop a lot of gems and jewels doing it. And because we had talked about it already, like the day before. And I knew what he was going to do, know what he was going to drop. Because we talked a few days before that, but then the day before when we kind of confirmed everything and confirmed around our time, he was talking about all of the jewels and whatnot he was going to drop. And I knew I didn't want anybody to miss that because we all could benefit from them jewels. We could benefit from any help from anybody who's already been through it, doing it, and know some ins and outs. Like we all still, to me, I feel like I'm still a student of the game. I'm a student until I hit the dirt of the earn for learning anything. I'm never one of those that, man, I know everything. No, I want to keep learning everything, period. And that's how we all should be. And I'm going to keep it 100 there, but that's how we all should be with everything. So he's really putting this whole event, him and Dumbass putting this whole event together, not just to have a good time, but also to network. And I advise anybody, if you can make that event, please make it to network because every and anybody is going to be there. And I want to make sure that we got that message across because me and him had already talked about it because I met him at ModFest. And we was already talking before that, but me personally met at ModFest. And we had a nice conversation. He was a good dude. And, sometimes some people say, some people you can't really talk to, some YouTubers or famous people can't talk to, but he was one of those you could talk to. And he was real good. He was real cool. Queen B said, I really liked it, including story time. Yeah, I know, Queen B. I know you like the story times and whatnot. But he definitely, threw out, like I said, a lot of jewels and a lot of advice. And I advise anybody to, take control of that advice he gave out. Go back and watch the live again if you need to, because he put out so much that basically put me up on game for a lot of things. Even though me and him already talked about it, but it basically, how can I put it? It basically confirmed a lot of stuff that I thought, or stuff I didn't. Dumpmaster brings the whole city out. Yeah, box forms he does. And I've actually, like I said, I've known Dumpmaster for a while, but on a totally different level, just going, seeing a lot of events and being at a lot of small stuff before he's grown to what he is now. Back 96 Chevy, that's my boy. Go check him out on YouTube. We used to stay in the same city at one point, and I've known him for a while. And he reintroduced me to Dumpmaster. I said, "Yeah, I've seen him. I already seen him before around, and whatnot." And I seen what he growed into. Like he would come to a lot of the small events. If you look back at my throwback footage, he was at a car show. What was that? I want to say that was 2013. I want to say 2012, 13. And you'll see the yellow dump. And I actually paused the video, and I was trying to do the arrow at it to point at him. Like that's him right there standing and talking. And whatnot. Like I said, I got to see him really grow to what he is, and I congratulate him. I really do congratulate him. I like what he's doing. I like what he's brought to the table. I like everything that he's doing with the whole community. He's really brings everybody out and brings city out, and he's really a fun guy to be around. He's really, really cool. Like I don't know if y'all saw, I couldn't show all of it like I wanted to because somebody had walked right in my way when I was doing it. But at the one of my throwback footages for Stunt Fest, where you see me get Dumpmaster car, I actually caught him right there talking, and I waited till he got done talking, and I was talking. He's like, "Oh, what's up, man? What's up?" Once he recognized who I was, and I said, "Yo, I finally got my brother a car show. He's been seeing all these stuff online from when I've been sending him, because I've been sending videos, and he's now seeing it that way. He gets to basically see you in action. My money's on you." He was supposed to cut the check at the time, but I don't remember all what happened. They just come to terms with a lot of things, so it didn't happen. But still had a good time at that show anyway. And got a chance to talk with Country, seeing my boy G Dog. Got to talk to him for a minute during that time. And G Dog, if y'all don't know, is the one that does a lot of the filming for him. He's the one behind the scenes. He's the one bringing the footage. Check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on Instagram. He's the one doing all the footage. And real cool dude as well. So I know I kind of talked your head off about a lot of that, but I wanted to make sure I got that out there because, and not to kind of go on a tangent too far, I'm going to bring it on back. I wanted people to basically see when Demonology got on here, how much this event and whatnot is going to bring a lot of YouTubers together, because that's this whole thing. And it's him and my whole thing. They want to bring small, big, medium. They don't care. They want to bring it together. They want to bring like-minded people that's doing the same thing together and introduce people to one another. And that's how it was when I was at Mod Fest and Mod Defame. When I met him, he was just introducing me because he said, "Oh, okay, yeah, New York, yeah." I remember we talked back and forth online and whatnot. I said, "Yeah." And this back when YouTube had had where you can measure people back and forth. So we got a chance to talk to, he was introducing me a bunch of people and let me talk about the fame, this person, that person, this person, that person. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm planning on doing this, planning on doing that." And yeah, we good. What's good, New York? And the beast. I just explained what you want to hear, waiting on you to get in here. But I'll touch bases on it again. Matter of fact, Ben, I talked about it. If I don't touch all the way back on it, go back and watch this again because I'm gonna leave it up. And I did a whole breakdown of what the whole bill cost for me doing what I did from what you had asked and wanted me to say from what you talked about this morning when we was on LS channel. And yeah, I did a whole big breakdown on it. And I know everybody don't want to hit me go through that whole breakdown again. So, when this is over, just go back and you'll see me go through the whole thing. Because I went through that whole thing. But to summarize it, man, I had to basically, a good friend helped me out. A friend that's helped me do everything, Scott Performance. He helped me with this whole process of doing that. And I was able to sell a lot of parts and sell some stuff I already had to basically cover that at the time. And I did it all in 6 weeks. So everything I had, So definitely go back and do the rewind, do the rewatch and whatnot, and it explains all that. I'm going to search, bro. You good? Okay, well, make sure you good because I know you kind of asked me about that, and everybody will tell you on here. I was waiting till you got on here to say it, and I couldn't wait until I was going ahead and said it because I was like, man, I'm almost 25 minutes in. Let me just go ahead and start. So, like I was saying, back what I was saying, for anybody, if you can't make the event, make. If you can't, I understand. Just tune in. I'm gonna be doing a lot of coverage, a lot of lives. We're doing a lot of things, So for people that can't make it, they get to see it. They get to see, what I see, because I'm bringing everything I got to record everything I got, and I don't want to miss a thing. It's basically going to be one camera that's going to run the whole time. All the rest are going to run for certain events and certain angles. But I want to make sure I grab everything. I'm also looking to purchase the 360 camera. There's one 360 that I saw that you can mount to anything, including your stuff. I'm thinking about doing that one because I can mount it to the way it's made. I can mount it to this GoPro harness thing that I have, and I can put it right on my head, and it'll get everything. And I'm tall. I'm 6'1". I ain't tall, but I'm tall enough where it can get everything at one time, and I can pick and choose what I want to do. So I'm thinking about getting that, and also I can go live with it as well. So I'm thinking about purchasing that before that time. And the price is very reasonable. It's not really crazy out the ass. It's like $149. And I was like, okay, $149 for that ain't bad. And it shows in 1080p. So I'm like, that's cool with me. I can do 1080p. It'll look good. I'm gonna go ahead and do it and see, and just see how it goes and whatnot. So Ken, why are you turning? Okay, it's refocusing. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank everybody for joining that live and joining this one. I'm definitely still celebrating the 200 followers I have now. I'm definitely celebrating that. I'm telling a friend to tell a friend. Also, you do not want to miss. Please hit your notification bell. I have way more surprises coming up. I reached out to a lot of people and explained to them what I was doing, and they were down for it. So it's going to be a lot more special guests you don't want to miss. I mean, a lot more special guests. Appreciate it, Mean Jane. Appreciate it. There's going to be a lot more people on here that's going to be coming on here, and y'all don't want to miss it. They're going to be dropping jewels. They're going to be dropping everything, and it's not just going to be just car people. It's going to be some people like, whoa, I know that person. Well, I know that person. And I don't want to give them all out now because like I said, we talked about it, and a few of them hit me back today as well. And I talked to a couple of people, and yeah, it's gonna be epic. Quimby said, "I'm tall when I wear my shoes. I'm 5 feet 11 inches. Wow, that's what's up. That's what's up. So wow, you put on some heels. You're as tall as me. Dang, you are true queen. All right, queen. Queen. Matter of fact, I might have did you up separate because I talked to you about some other stuff about my channel and whatnot, and your mod on it. New York, look forward to story time next week. I can give you a story now if you want it, but if not, then I can wait. I can wait till next week. It's cool. I just want to make sure I got it the car stuff because, like I said, I had Beast, 15, and a few other people that asked me about it that wanted to give kind of a breakdown on it, and I definitely, wanted to get that out there. Being they asked those questions for. I want to give everybody what they want. I want to hear the people what they want. They want to hear it. I'm going to give it. I'm finished taking my boots off. I didn't even took my boots off from outside because I got to go back outside to put a cover over my the 2 windshields for tomorrow because we're gonna wake up and snow going. It's gonna be already on the ground. It's gonna be steady snowing. So we're gonna see. I gotta definitely do it. I just finished taking off my boots. I want to hear a new story then. Okay. All right. Queen wants to hear a new story. She want to hear one new story about my days of doing some stuff. In fact, I'll go further than that. I'll go all the way back further than that. I'm gonna go back to when I was a kid. For those that don't know, yes, I'm from New York, from Queens. I'm from Jamaica, Queens. Shout out to them. Shout out to Lauren. Shout out to all of Queens. Period. And I never forget it. I was a kid at the time, and my older sister, RP, my older sister, she's gone now. She's up in heaven. We stopped at this pizza shop. So me and my nephew, being we close in age, we was just gonna run in, grab a couple slices, and come on back. So while she was waiting in the car because it was raining outside, she didn't want to get out. She said, "Yeah, just go in and get me a slice of this. Give me a slice and get me a soda." I said, "Okay, gotcha." So, she gave us the money to go in there. We go in, and then coming up on the other side of us, the park was this red Jeep. I never forget. It was a red Jeep Wrangler, and it was bumping music. And I was like, "Yo, that Salt-N-Pepa is bumping. Yo, that shit hot." It's bumping the music because in New York at the time, when you had a Jeep during that time, and this is the '80s, man, you was the shit in the '80s if you had a Jeep. I remember Special Ed had one, which I'll say it for another story. So we stroll in, and we standing there because it's a little line. We standing there, and it was two lines. So finally, these ladies come right past. Excuse me. Everybody's just looking and looking, and I turn and look, and it's Salt-N-Pepa. So it's Salt-N-Pepa and Spin, which is Spinderella. And I was like, "Oh man, okay, they up in here, all right." So people notice who they are. We was in Rosedale at the time, which is the area in Queens, going toward Green Acres Mall, and they're in there, and the owner already knows them. He said, "Oh, y'all wait in line. What do y'all want? What do y'all want?" So he's taking their order over everybody in the line. And me being me at the time, being who I was at the time, people ask for autographs and whatnot. And my nephew I said, "My nephew want an autograph, blah, 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 blah." And it's way before camera phones and all that. So he took, autograph with her and whatnot, and, sitting there talking. And my sister not noticing what's going on, so just see, so she gets out. She proceeds to get out. "What y'all doing?" "Oh," she see who it was. She's like, okay. And my sister at the time, she had a throwaway camera on her. Those Polaroid Kodaks that you just take pictures once it's done. You turn it in and they take the film out and they toss it. She had one at the time, and she went back to the car and got it. Went back in her purse. Actually, she digged in her purse and got it. Took pictures with us with them. And for me, man, this is so crazy. I was trying to holler at Spinderella. I thought she was the finest thing. I was trying to holler. Now at the time, I maybe was what? I think I was like 6, 7 years old. I'm trying to holler. There's someone long, and I'm trying to holler at her. So Pepper thought it was cute. Pepper said, "Oh, that's cute." Pepper thought I was trying to holler at her. I said, No. I'm trying to holler at Spin right there. I like Spin because I like the DJ. And I'm trying. She said, "How old are you?" "Oh, that's cute." And she just pinched my cheeks. And she said, "Well, I'll give you a kiss on the cheek." And man, that made my day, man. I felt like one of them M&Ms that you put in your mouth to melt. Man, this made my day. So with that being said, being that had made my day, let's fast forward years later to my security time. So Salt-N-Pepa at the time, they were getting back together to do this whole tour thing and whatnot. And it was at this festival that I was at. I can't remember what it was at. Somewhere in the West Coast. I think it was in LA or somewhere. I can't even remember. Yeah, Sean, it's funny, ain't it? I can't remember. So we out there, and Salt-N-Pepa girl to come on Spin. She's getting her stuff together because they're setting up all her stuff. Yeah, they are a young player. So I saw Spin, and I said to her, I said, "Hey, Spin, how you doing?" I said, "You might not remember me." I said, "I'm actually working for another artist that just got off stage. We walked to their trailer." I said, "But you might not remember me, but we actually from same neighborhood. I'm from Queens, blah, 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 blah." But the whole thing is, I said, "When I was a little kid, you made my day." She said, "I made your day?" She said, "How was that?" Now, I wasn't paying attention to the guy on the other side, which I'll get to him in a minute, who he was. So I'm explaining to her, I said, "Yeah, I was this little kid, and I happened to at the time, I happened to I had this thing that was on me, and this is before smartphones, for all that. It was a device where you can look up." And I showed her the pizza shop. I said, "This used to be the pizza shop." And I said, "It's actually still in Queens." She said, "Oh yeah, that's the pizza shop we used to go to. We need to own it, blah, 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 blah." By this time, Sandy, which is AKA Salt, she walks up and she said, "Hey, how y'all doing? You're doing for this and this and this. Are you sure you didn't faint at the age of 7? No, Queen Bee, I did not faint, not at all. Because I've seen them so many times before. When living in Queens, you see a little bit of everybody. So I was telling Spin at the time, I was like, "Yeah, what was that? I met you." I said, "She cut in line." I said, "I was trying to holler at you at the time." And he said, "Maybe when you grow up." But I'm a grown ass man now. By this time I was 19. So I'm a grown ass man now. I said, I still got to think. I'm trying to holler, what's up, what's happening. And I'm sitting there talking to her. I'm trying to kick my strongest game to her, and I have no game, none at all. I was trying to kick my strongest game to her, trying to kick it. This dude on the other side comes walking across. I say, "Man, it's okay, man. It's okay. I'm scared." No. And I didn't really look at him because it was kind of dark. But then I really looked at him as he came into the light, and I said, "Yo." and it was basically her baby daddy now. It was last name Anderson. He used to play for the New Jersey Nets. And I'm like, oh shoot, I realized who it was. He said, man, you trying to holler at my lady like that? Oh, it's you? Oh, my bad, bro. I did not even know, man. Look. I did not even know. Everybody heard of Spanky Johnson. Spanky from Dean Schaefer, you funny as hell. But I told him, man, my bad, bro, my bad, man. I'm gonna sit back in the cup, and man, I'm just letting spin. I was just nutting up for a minute because I ain't know what he was doing because he had some other dudes with him. I was like, yo, man, they finna trying to do something, and I'm gonna end up losing. I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna end up losing this gig over this shit. But I didn't. He was real cool with it after a while. He kind of backed up and backed away. He was cool, but it was so crazy, and I mean so crazy that Spin just kind of just laughed at it. She said, well, yeah, I'm taking now this, I'm that, and this. She said, baby father, we together, we this and that and this. Okay. And for those that watch, what is that? Love and Hip Hop or one of them, he actually ended up being on there. I forgot his first name. Let's remember his last name, Anderson. New Jersey Net sucks. LOL, dude. Man, Sean, come on, stop playing. Stop playing. Speaking of that, speaking of Sean being he wants to get up in the limelight, Sean got to actually see me on IG talking to somebody that's famous and coming up in the rankings. And I had to tell Sean, like, yeah, she's famous. She's coming up. And Sean, we actually talked after that whole thing because I didn't realize when I lived in Atlanta, she actually lived in my subdivision I used to live in when I lived in Atlanta. Because she's like, yeah, I live in Lithonia, man. So, yeah, that's how I know somebody else, blah, 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 blah. And it was so crazy that, we had a meeting like that. New York almost got bounced as a bouncer. I wasn't even a bouncer. I was protective service. I was first security for a guy that was in his trailer, and I left my guys over there so I could go talk to Spin. They wasn't gonna bounce me up out of there. They was just just remember his name. Derek Anderson. I think his name is Derek. They were just, watching him and seeing what he was gonna do. They wasn't even gonna bother me like that. And once he seen I was cool, he told, you just a fan. And I said, no, I'm on this fan. I said, we're from the same areas, from the same neighborhood and whatnot. And I was just letting them know this and all that. She's like, oh, okay. And then Salt was like, dang, man, you trying to have some mess going on. You got some man over here trying to holler. Just, no, I ain't trying to holler. I ain't trying to holler now. No, I'm good. I said, I was at the time, and that was back when I was single, dude. I remember I had just turned 19 or something like that at the time. So you said I'm kidding. I know you kidding, Queen. I'm Queen B. I know you kidding. But that's one of the stories I can tell you, and it's so crazy because Special Ed was there too, and he was cracking up about it. And he was like, man. He said, you kicked your strongest game. He said, I ain't mad at you. He said, he said Pepper was standing on the other side, and she was thinking he was talking about her. That's why she kind of eavesdropped in. That's why she was standing kind of quarter, like right on this side of you. And I was like, okay. I said, well, it is what it is. So, but Queen B, hopefully that's a good story. Tell somebody else. Hopefully a good story. Hopefully it enlightened your story time. I'm looking at this camera right now. Hopefully it enlightened your story time and you love, part of that story. But I figured I'd tell that because that was more of, how can I say? That was more of, hey, this is what happened at this time. This is what happened at that time. And I got to see this and I got to see that. So, hopefully that helps. Cortez gave me the thumbs up, so it must be good. It must be good. Man, let's move this for a minute. There we go. Let's move that out the way for a minute. So I was definitely, glad to tell that story because it brought back some memories during that time because I remember, and especially being that's when my sister was alive. I remember that day like it was yesterday, especially with it being raining. And, to fast forward later on, because I seen Salt and Pepper later on during my time of doing protective services like that, bodyguard service. And she remembered me telling that story to her that time. And she said, no, I ain't with Derek Anderson. I ain't with him no more. I'm with somebody else. Okay. And for Salt to say, you know what? She said, after you told me the story, it had me thinking. And she said, and I remember that little kid try to holler at me. And she said, and I thought it was cute. She said, I just can't believe that was you. I said, yeah, that was me. I said, what attracted me more to you? Because you could spin. I said, I wanted to be a DJ so bad. She said, you did? I said, yeah, I wanted to spin records. I wanted to do that. So I even did it for a few parties. I used to do that on the side as I got older. I said, but then I kind of let it go because it was time to do something else. I was like, time to do something, let it go. Stop buying one of the gaming channels I modded yesterday. Okay. Yeah, Cortez be everywhere. He's like me. He's like me and Gene. We be everywhere on everybody's everything. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button. When you ain't smash the like button. If you haven't smashed it, please smash the like button. Please smash the like button. Just put that up. I'm celebrating with everybody tonight. That's what we doing. I'm on a whole high right now. I'm celebrating with everybody. But what I want to say is, yes, definitely support is what's up. Support is definitely what's up. But one of the things I definitely want to say is, I thank y'all for coming on, rocking with your boy, as you this journey with me. And I'm letting y'all know once again, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be epic with this whole journey. I'm going to try to bring it to you every Tuesday and Thursday, as I can. I'm going to try to bring the lives with you, whatnot. I am going to still release some throwback footage. I don't know if I'm going to do a premiere or just release it. I'll see. I might do some premiere, some release. I know when I did that double premiere and did the live, I know that kind of, was like, wow. People was like, wow, you was grinding on that, man, which I was. But I'm going to have some more stuff going on and whatnot. Dre, and what's happening, Dre? What's happening? Definitely going to have some more surprises coming up because I know, like I said, I was just surprised y'all are, especially when I hit that button. Demonology came on. Shout out Demonology. Shout out to him. I have, like I said, some more surprises coming up, and I wish I could tell all of them, but I don't want to tell them. It may be a live where they just pop up at any time. So I want to make sure that y'all just be aware of that notification bell on, so they may just pop up, boom, and it may just be on here at any given moment. So if anything else, if anybody got any questions, I have some questions. Update dropping tonight. All right, Cortez, I'm definitely looking for that update. I'm definitely looking for it. Oh my God, the game ain't fair. What's happening, my man? From the round table up in here. Salute back to you, bro. Definitely salute. I was rocking with them for a while before I even got on this live, man. I was like, them dudes had me dying laughing, man. MC, the game ain't fair. Y'all had me rolling, man. Y'all had me rolling. I mean, rolling. But any questions, anything, definitely could tell, people have been smashing like button. I definitely thank y'all. So I'm waiting. If any questions, any more questions, I'm gonna get ready to end this live. This is gonna be one of the short. No, I ain't gonna say one of the shortest lives. I'm trying to keep it probably about an hour, but I mean, it's gonna be one of the lives that where I'm not doing a whole lot of extra everything. So it's gonna be one of those lives where I'm, just keeping it about the car, and I give Queen B her story because I promise I will give a story at the end of every one of them. And yeah, he said I'm tuning into you, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate being tuned into Cortez because I'm definitely waiting to see that update as well because Cortez working on something great, and DIY is working on something great too. I've been watching all. I've been watching Mean Gene. I've been watching everybody. Watch everybody. I'm subscribed to you. I'm watching everything that's going on because I want to see what everybody's doing and support them. I want to support y'all as much as y'all support me. Off topic, I lost 2 pounds. I'm trying to get back into shape without losing my shape. What y'all know what I mean? Well, Queen B, I can tell you how to do that. DM me on IG, and I'll give you a whole solution on how to do a lot of that, and you can be where you need to be at real soon, real quick. You can be right where you need to be at. MC, just talking about you. What's up, bro? I was just talking about you. Working on something great. Just got to win on El Chapo people to finish digging that tongue. Man, Schaefer, you funny. You funny as hell, man. Damn, man. Do side bends and sit up, and please don't lose that butt. John, you funny. Kalani, she up in here too. Shout out to Kalani. Shout out, man. My folks from the round table up in here. Yo, after this, I will be back on the round table. I will be back on the round table. But for y'all, just dropping up in here, man. Sorry, y'all dropping up in here late, but I appreciate y'all coming through. For everybody else, thank y'all for rocking with me. But I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Hopefully, y'all can still hear me because I dropped one camera just on the other one right now because this one's a little clear. So hopefully, y'all can hear me and hear everything I'm doing. New York, your IG is the same name. Yes, it is. My IG is the same name. So same name, same picture as YouTube, so you can find me. I want people to be able to find me easy, so they can just drop whatever they need to drop to me because I answer my IG. I answer it now. I answer it now. I get in, I check as much as possible. But until then, y'all, I want to say peace and elbow grease. Y'all be safe out there. Queen B, watch out for that storm. Everybody have a safe and trusting weekend. I will be on somebody else's live tomorrow if they're still doing it. And I will add it to mine once it's done. But a lot of y'all already subscribed to it, so y'all definitely see me. Until then, y'all be safe out there, be kind to one another, keep the grind strong, keep it coming, and stay prayed up. Peace.